transitioning from there, Sunday Night Football. So Dak Prescott adding to the list of people that are down. Mm-hmm. Actually, both of my fantasy quarterbacks are out, which is
I noticed
awful.
that.
Time to make some trades or pray. But Dak Prescott did not play this past Sunday. The Dallas Cowboys faced the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota on the road.
Yep.
And they pulled out a dub with Cooper Rush as starting quarterback, who went 24 for 40, 325, 2 touchdowns, and 1 INT. They won 20-16. Jimmy, did the Cowboys win this game or did the Vikings lose?
The Cowboys won this game. I mean, they knew going into this game that without their leader, without Dak Prescott, everyone not only had to do their job, but to do their job at an exceeding level than what they normally have to do. Because Dak, when you have a great quarterback like that, he allows for you to just be good enough, to just do your job, and that's enough. He takes care of the rest. But without him, in a sense, they knew that they had to do more. But I think that with the way Cooper Rush played, it's almost like they really didn't have to do more. Now, he's a backup for a reason. He's not Dak Prescott. And once Dak is 100% healthy, which right now Dak is saying that he's going to be healthy to practice Thursday leading into their next game against Denver, I believe, who they should crush. Yeah. So they won this game. They took this game from him. And even from the quarterback position with Cooper Rush, there were certain throws that he made. They were called they were aggressive. They were like win now throws.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't really anything conservative. And to that point, with how the game was called, with the types of throws that he made, Kellen Moore, they need to move Mike McCarthy out of the head coaching position and put him in there, because if you don't, he's going to be coaching for a different team next season. That's the only way you keep him in the building. Called a masterful game plan.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, no,
I
100%.
executed it. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, especially, like you said, without having Dak, this Cowboys team is very Dak-centric. We saw it at the beginning of the game, and it kind of materialized later. The defense did their job. They held them to 16 points, especially
really
offense is
really
as explosive as the Vikings, even though, what's that, Kirk Cousins is 8-34 versus teams with winning records, and he's actually winless in prime time, which is why I kind of was thinking you were bold with your pick, and I got it. I got you. But he is winless in prime time.
When it comes down to it, yes, he is.
He is, and that's just we don't get Kirk Cousins, we get Kurt.
I got a new name for him: Cursed Cousins.
Cursed Cousins. I like that. But that offense, I mean, with Jefferson, with Thielen, Dalvin Cook, they have an extremely explosive offense, and the Cowboys were able to contain that. I was very impressed by that, if anything. I thought that they were going to start getting torched, because this is the one thing that the Cowboys do. I mentioned this about Diggs. Diggs is one of the, in my power rankings I released last week, the Cowboys defensively is great. The one problem they have, like with Diggs, he leads league in interceptions, but he lives and dies by that interception, which is why he leads the league in yards given up in coverage. He's number 1, and then Anthony Brown is he's number 2. Anthony Brown's number 4.
Right.
They had a bye week last week. So in the bye week, after the bye week was over, they were still 2-4. That tells you they just give up yards. But they live and die, like I said, they live and die by that interception, and that's going to be it can cost you against the wrong team. You do that against Tampa Bay. You do that against Mike Evans. We saw that first game of the season, but I'm talking about later as they develop and they realize, oh, this is what they're going to do. Godwin and Evans are going to eat them alive. So you've got to be able to par that down, or you better have a master for pass rush.
And speaking of the Dallas defense, I'll tell you this, and I didn't truly realize this until this game. If Cooper Rush was the MVP on the offensive side, Randy Gregory is the MVP on the defensive side, because sacks-wise, I mean, he's not getting a lot of sacks, but he's putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. And just like I said a few minutes ago, you need a really good to great player at every level of your defense. We know who their linebacker is in Parsons. We know who Trayvon Diggs is.
Yep.
But Randy Gregory, he has more than filled the void that we thought was going to be left by DeMarcus Lawrence, to where when DeMarcus Lawrence comes back, just put him in opposite Randy Gregory. I don't know I can't recall if Gregory plays on the left or the right, but do not move him. Wherever he is right now, when Lawrence comes back, do not move him. Force Lawrence to play on the opposite side of him, whatever that means, because Randy Gregory, honestly, the way Gregory is playing now, he's getting more pressure on the quarterback than Tank Lawrence has since he signed his contract.
He had 3 QB hits.
Mm-hmm.
I need to look up the pressures, but he had 3 hits. Like he's getting there, and that's a big deal. That's something you need for your defense to flourish in this league. You need your line to protect your man, and you need a guy to go get theirs. Mm-hmm. If you got those two,
right,
it's a recipe for success. Mm-hmm. And right now the Cowboys got it. So them boys, if y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Actually, I didn't have the Rams making it to the NFC Championship. I had the Cowboys making it to the NFC Championship. So that's my bad on the last segment. But the only concern I got is when they have to go against the Rams. I don't know at this point.
Okay, so check this out. All right, so the next 2 games are against the Broncos and the Falcons.
Yes.
Right? And we know how important Dak Prescott is to this team, especially coming off that injury and having this recent calf injury in the same leg as he had the catastrophic injury last year. So knowing that it takes teams about 4 games to really get enough tape on a quarterback or a backup, someone that they haven't seen before, in order to make things difficult for them, what do you think about, even if Dak says he's healthy and looks good in practice, at least holding him out for this next game, if this is what Cooper Rush can actually provide for this team, which should be more than enough to beat Denver and Atlanta?
Chubb is still out for the Broncos, isn't he? Brandon Chubb?
I'm not sure.
I think he's still out. I have to look that up really quick. But if they're playing the Broncos, and the Falcons at home, hell yeah. Sit Dak. That's actually a really good thing for them. I don't see Chubb on the injury report. I know he was for a while, but hey, I would. That actually might not be a bad strategy to where they can make sure that Dak comes back healthy and they're ready to go. So that's actually a damn good point.
Yeah, think about it.